So today, we want to bring to you the grants, the fundings you can apply. I know the pandemic is sort of like in the rear mirror. You feel that way? You think we are opening up and the economic is getting better, the restaurant are getting fuller. Every time I go to a restaurant, looking through the window, there are always people there. So every single time. So it sounded like we're going to be normal. And I really wish that is the plan. I really hope that will be the truth. So let's just hold on really tight in this good thought and making sure that we're going through the summer, coming to the fall, and there's no major setbacks. Now, and let's just quickly summarize the fundings we have been getting since the pandemic. So very quickly, and back in 2020, the federal grant initiated by SBA, those will be the PPP one, then PPP two, right? Those are big ones and you heard of it. Of course, IRS also roll out what they called employee retention credit that's available for 2020. Then 2021 come around, there's more coming up. There is PPP2 and it just got finished in May. And then they launched what we called restaurant revitalization and the shattered venue grant. So those are huge ones and coming through and now just stopped right now, right? So we know some of our folks actually contacted me and they got approved for the funding for RF, but they also got a letter saying that you're not getting it because the lawsuit going on. So there's some complications in the system, but look like the government is working on it. So we'll see how SBA works on that. But today, what we want to really kind of get you to know is what else is there and what can we do now if you are just so not lucky and you didn't get ERC, you didn't get PPP, and RF, you didn't got left. You did get left behind as well, and you didn't even have a chance to apply, and they already used up all the money. And then shattered venue grant, maybe you don't qualify. So all of these fundings that provided to small businesses and you didn't get it. And if you are the one, and today this webinar will give you some clues, and I will go through the slides really quickly, and you're also going to see the links I have here. So you can take a picture when you see them. If you think it's interesting, take a picture, then you can go to dive in more details later, right? Okay, let's go with my combination of slides and the link and the PowerPoint, PowerPoint links and also the internet links for that specific site. Just quickly to introduce myself, and some of you know me and some of you are new. So I serve on the National Taxpayer Advocacy Panel, which is the federal advisory committee to IRS. So we're volunteers and to help to deliver your issues to IRS to make IRS a better government agency for taxpayers. Then the book I wrote in 2019 is right here for 8 a.m. So I'm working on the 10 a.m. as we speak. So hopefully I can roll that out this year. And then, of course, no responsibility disclaimer. We always go through that every time we're on webinar. Now let's get into the funding opportunities. So the first one I want to bring to your attention is something called SBA Community Navigators. And this is a program that's set by SBA. They have total of $100 billion. Let me think. No, $100 million available for this grant. So the idea is that the nonprofit and the small local government agencies, state agencies, or national nonprofit. And these are the organizations they are looking at to fund. And you apply and then you can partner in the community. So the purpose of the Community Navigator pilot program is to strengthen outreach to the underserved businesses by partnering with organizations with deeper root in their community. So actually, for example, here in Iowa, the um, the um, the Division of Human Rights actually coming, the state are looking at this proposal, so that when they work on this proposal and they would partner with local small nonprofit or local small businesses to really outreach to that underserved business community. So this is really a grant that you apply to help businesses. So right here, I actually pulled up the site for you. You can see this is Community Navigator Pilot Program. You can learn, you can do a lot of, you can do program overview, funding opportunities, and get ready to apply. So you can do that all right here online. Okay, so this is the number one we want to bring to your attention. And this one has a due date. The applicants has till July 12th, so it is about 12 days or 2 weeks to submit the application at grants.gov. And folks, when you apply anything under grant.gov, you need to set up a account. So you kind of need to have the sam.gov account. And if you kind of followed my RF webinars, at one time when the RF just came out, it was actually thought it will go through the sam.gov. So some of our restaurant owners and we also helped to apply for the sam.gov account. So that would be your first step. So you want to get your local SBDC or SB offices to help you to get that in first, then you can apply for this Navigator grant. And of course, you can also partner with the people like United Way, those large nonprofits. Just give them a call and say, are you working on SBA Community Navigator grants? If they say yes, then you can introduce yourself becoming part of the integral part of that grant, right? Because they have to work through you to reach to the community they want to reach. So make sure that you don't have to be the grant writer. You can be the participants and be a component of the award. So when they get the money, they would give you part of it, and then you'll provide services instead, right? So that is one we like to bring to you. That's our number one. And our number two, it is Papsicle Foundation Hispanic Business Program. And this Papsicle Foundation Hispanic program, this one, let me pull up the website, and it's right here. And this PepsiCo Foundation Hispanic program will provide 10,000 grants to 150 Hispanic-owned food and beverage businesses. Eligible businesses must have earned less than 1 million in 2020 and be located in the following major metropolitan areas. So they named the city: Los Angeles, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio and Chicago, Miami and Denver, New York City, El Paso, Orlando, Phoenix, Albuquerque, and Las Vegas. The grant application will be accepted through June 25th. We don't have a lot of time to waste, right? So this is where you will sign up and apply. So that is that. And the next one I want to show you is this. This is a Breaking Boundary grant. This is a Women Grant Program. So this Women Grant Program, let me give you more details. It will fund a total of 30 groundbreaking women-owned businesses. Okay, that means fund 30 women-owned startups. Business will be selected across entertainment, film, music, sports, STEM, science, journalism, and hospitality industries. And 10 grand and 10K grant plus a 1-year annual coaching membership on the I Fund Women on this website. Applicants have till June 30th to submit their application. And this is the website, and it's called ifundwomen.com. All right. So our next one I want to bring to you is Stacy's Rise Project. And this is a project that the application closed on July 9th. Okay. The program dedicated to helping women grow their businesses through funding, mentorship, and the community. Sometimes funding, you understand, is the money, and the mentorship, someone to mentor you. Community, actually, what happened is in those kind of projects, they actually will connect you with other people are in the program. So give you a sense of community. You're coming together a similar women business owner, right? So that community is actually very important. As a human, we really are society animals, and we can't function. We can't be inspired all the time, or we can't be successful all the time if you are isolated. So it is just something that is in our human DNA. You can't run away from. So I love those kind of community based community concept in business development. I think is very important. 10,000 as well to 10 small business owners. Like I said, July 9th is the due date, and eligible small business must be at least 50% women owned and between 25,000 and no more than 1 million in annual sales. Okay. Participate in virtual mentorship. So they want you to be able to meet your mentor online, just like how you meet me here online. So that kind of relationship. And, also they're saying that when you are when you're applying for this, and they don't want you to be those people at their accelerator program. So it's just they want brand new folks coming in. So that is Stacy's Rise Project. So our next one is Dream Big Awards. This one is very interesting to me. This is a U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The Commerce Department came up with this Dream Big Award. What happened is the annual Dream Big Award honors achievements of small businesses and highlights their contributions to America's economic growth. All right. Qualifications: for profit business operating for at least a year, primarily within US, having less than 250 employees, or have gross revenue or of less than 20 million for each of the 2019 and the 2020. All applicants will be considered for Small Business of the Year award. That is a $25,000 cash prize. I am just sitting here thinking, I can think a lot of you. I can think a lot of you qualify for this. Seriously. So why not apply? Application deadline is July 16. So we still have time. This is where you go to apply, folks. All right. And if you have any questions, you see, they even have this email for you, and apply. All right. So the next one on my slide, it is the Caleb Brown Venture Capital LLC. This is the one that we, in the prior ones, we bought this one again and again because they're in the rolling due date. They are due every 15th of each month. So you can always apply. And the reason we bring this up because it give you a monetary gift of 1,000, and also give you a 500 hours complimentary business consulting from Kayla Brown for a year. And the business consulting I look at business, complementary business consulting is amazing. If you can get someone with experience, it's almost like chatting with friend. Don't you get on the phone chatting with friend? Of course you do. But imagine that chatting is actually chatting with someone who knows how you can grow to next step, and really with a knowledge charged conversation. And that is complimentary, so it's no charge. If there's any charge, then we would call it consulting service. But in this case, it's complimentary, 500 hours. 500 hours is like more than 10 weeks time. More than 10 weeks is like 3 months. Man, 3 months on the phone with someone. If I were you, I become genius already if I can do that. I didn't know this when I just started doing community CPA. I wish I did. And so the requirement for this one is the startups, for-profit businesses open for less than 3 years to qualify this opportunity. Business in planning stage are also qualified. See, if you can get 500 hours consultation service before you really throw money away, and get their $1,000, 500 free hours. Yeah, it's a good deal. And I was trying to click this one for you, my dear. It doesn't work. And I already tried. The website is not working right now, but this is one of the award we want you to know because it's rolling. It's every month. Okay. Now, this is interesting. The next one is Halstead Grant. Very specific, but we want to bring that to you. And the Halstead Grant is actually an annual award for emerging silver jewelry artists. Silver jewelry artist, specifically for the artists who play with silver. And applicant submit answers to 15 business questions in addition to their design portfolio. So they submit portfolio, they answer questions, and the design to help, this award is designed to help jewelry entrepreneurs create a strategy to kickstart their careers. So wonderful, so amazing. The grant is 7,500 cash grant plus other benefit. The deadline is August 1st each year. Hey, it's coming up. If you have anyone when before pandemic, when I walk in the mall, I used to see some of the vendors. They have this silver wire, then they wire the precious stone, and then they can make out into a necklace or a ring, and they can use bracelet, they wire that into a little tiger, so it's become a huge big silver bracelet. Those are the people we're talking about, Halstead. And I want to bring that to you. And the Catherine is actually the hero behind this type of research we have in our firm. And she's so quick. It's like digging the gold, and she's so good at digging it. So we got that. And this is very good one. And this one next is called Kapoor Capital. Maybe I butchered the name, but you know what I mean. I always said that I'm just, English pronunciation. I have a lot to learn, and I sometimes say things wrong, but I know you know what I mean. So I take it for granted. Okay, the Kapoor Center, and they are a capital venture business. They fund people. So Kapoor Capital chooses the pre-seed and the um, seed around the entity as their entry point. So for example, the earlier round of capital are generally used to help advance the startup to a stage where it will either prove or disapprove the value and the customer demand for a product and service. So this Kapoor Capital is that capital to help you get into the early stage. So for example, and I can think of one of my clients come over, and she designed something that you can use at home to do manicure. So it is a really cool, it's a really cool device and a very cool thing. And so she designed that. She wants to put that into a production. So this would be the right company that to look for assistance there. The startup in this particular capital, Capor capital organization, and they fund tech-driven, early stage, and the potential to scale kind of business. But I mean, when we start a business and inventing ideas, um, how could that not be potential for scale? Every one of us think we're gonna scale, right? So I think that's a given. And the tech driven doesn't mean that it has to be programmer languages. Tech driven means that there's technology embedded to it. There are products. I mean, nowadays, what product doesn't have a tech component? So I really think that is kind of opened up a lot of doors for people. And the startup, wanting this particular one, and you can, this is the link I give you, and they not only they help you to fund your money, they're also helping you to build a diverse team to include the company culture in your organization. It is easy. I don't know, there's an old Chinese saying says that people who get the company started, it is normally not the people who carries the company forward. And in fact, for myself, I'm always scared of that, because I am the one got Community CPA started. I always ask myself, am I the one can bring Community CP to the next stage to scale? And the I guess time will prove, but that is always a quest I have for me, really deep inside. But this capital company, they realize how important that is. I can design a super smart machine, but I may not be the one can commercialize the machine and selling it on the market. So, you know, how many people can be like Elon Musk? I just don't think there's many of Elon Musk out there. And it is a unique skill when you are inventor and also a CEO or a implementer for the company. So that's that. So this is a capital venture company. Of course, they have to really know the business in order to fund, because their money is on the line, right? So our next one is this one. It's called National Association for Self-Employed. They have a grant and worth of $4,000 designed to help a specific business need. So number one, to get the grant, you need to be a member. So you need to be a member for 3 months, a good standing member. I would imagine that your registered membership, you need to wait for 3 months before you can apply. And the business must be you must be using the business to improve your use this grant to improve your business and a self-employed business, your own business. So this is a rolling grant. Again, it is reviewed every quarterly, so you want to look at that, join the membership every quarterly. They would have a $4,000 out for someone who have applied for a specific business need. A specific business need, it would be, for example, you're going to use the $4,000 to develop a website. So they want that to be tangible. They want that to be something they know they can tie to. So instead of you saying that I just want to get $4,000 to support my ongoing operation, yeah, it is a specific business need, but may not be so tied in with may not be so easy to account for accomplishment in that regard, right? Now, the next one is Immigrant Entrepreneur Summits, a underwriting exposed competition. This is really fun. This is really fun. We have this one on our past grants webinars here. So let me explain how this works. So basically, this is a nonprofit organization helping immigrant-owned businesses for 15 years, since 2008. And this organization, and what they do is they want to explain to the business owner that why sometimes you feel so good about going into the bank getting loan. The loan officer goes, yes, you get it, you're good, but next day they call you, goes, oh no, you didn't, because the underwriter rejected your proposal, you rejected your profile. So in the loan process with the bank, there is an underwriting process. It's done by underwriters. Those underwriters, they don't know you. They don't hear the passion in your voice. They simply look at your number very objectively. Okay, so this this competition was trying to discover the underwriting process, expose that to you, so you understand what is important in your loan application. So every year on November, it is the second, I think it's the second Saturday of November each year, the IES will have an event in DMAC campus here in Iowa, is in Des Moines area, Ankeny. So you can always find them online. It's right here, ies.org, and you can apply to be one of the three contestants to come on the stage to talk about your business. So obviously we knew you're going to be so excited, talk about your business. The underwriter will give you, then the judge will listen, then they go back to decide who wins the 5,000. Then they come back to you, tell you why you lose, why you win. It is a learning process of banking underwriting process. And for November 20th, 2021, this is a full day event. That underwriting application is already closed because we already we already got the list of application. So now the committee is narrowed down to three. The three will go on the stage. Then on that day, one person will take home for $500 cash. And of course, no need to pay back, but this is an event dear to my heart. And because I am the original founder of Immigrant Enterprise Summit in 2008, the event is still going. And the event has been sponsored by US Bank and Wells Fargo all of these years. And it's just amazing event. You will really learn when you come to the activity, come to this on November 20th, 2021. So follow us online on this one. So there is a 5,000 for you to pick up. And then next one I have here is what we call the Black Founder Startup Grant, and providing several 10,000 and 5,000 cash grant to Black women or non-binary entrepreneurs. Rolling application just means that you apply, and you will be considered. So awardees will also receive tactical help navigating the fundraising environment, and lifetime Ask Me Anything access to SoGal Foundation and the SoGal Ventures team. So there is a professional team behind this, and you get your lifetime access to it. To qualify, you must be self-identified as a Black woman or Black non-binary entrepreneur, inclusive of multiracial Black women and a multiracial Black non-binary folks. And having legally registered business, plan to seek investor financing in order to scale now or in the future. Have a scalable, high impact solution or idea with ambition to be the next $1 billion business. Yes, next $1 billion business. Million. Million is getting too small. And I read a statistics not too long ago. It says that in US every day at least 3 to 10 millionaire born every day in US. So millionaire probably it's gonna be meaning not so much to the general public. Billionaire is what we thought of a millionaire in the future, right? So here, the next one, it is a Amber Grant for women. This is not new. We have demonstrated this one as well. And this one also is have this application rolling. You can just apply. And if you got really lucky for that year, you would get total of 35,000. So supporting women entrepreneurs, again, giving away 10,000 every month in Amber Grant money every month. Each of those monthly winner is then eligible for our year-end grant, 25,000. So the lucky one gets 35,000. And one application form for consideration of grants in variety of categories. So they're just saying that when you apply, you fill up one form, they give you many choices. So you do have to pay $15 application fee. I have the link right here. All right. So this is what you can apply. Marketing grants and all of these grants they're saying is just one form to fill up and you'll get considered for all opportunities. Next, the next one is GoFundMe. Okay, let me explain this one. Of course, you know, when you have a noble idea and you want to gather funding, you go to GoFundMe and you start a GoFundMe and a profile. You build that, right? So here it says that if a small business raise 500 on their GoFundMe and meet eligibility criteria, they may be considered to receive another 500 matching grant from the Small Business Relief Fund. So this GoFundMe has a grant matches to what you got. So 500 match to 500. So there is a requirement has to be negatively impacted by government mandate for COVID. So you have to be impacted by COVID and independently owned, not part of the national franchise. And you raise at least 500 for this GoFundMe in order to get that $500 funding, right? And you can literally raise the 500 from your family, friends, people you know, then the GoFundMe will match that to you. So this is the place where you do, and you want to start from the GoFundMe and then go from there. When people come in to fund you, they would have the link from you to put that $500 in for your account. Then you will receive the matching fund. So that's that. Now, my last one, but not the least, okay, this is the Comcast Rise. And so in here, this is again a grant opportunity for Black-owned businesses. And right here, the due date for this funding is July 31st. So I want you to notice that there is a due date. And then there is eligibility right here. And you can apply. And here's the places you fill up the questions, get that applied. And what they have here is that they're not exactly a cash funding. What they give you is consulting, media, creative production, technology makeover, and the last one they say monetary grants, but we don't have, I actually don't really know how much money they give out. And I think when you apply, I'm pretty sure it will come clear. But this Comcast Rise is more of an in-kind funding opportunity when we did research. So this is where you have it. All right. So I quickly gone through the funding opportunities that out there. There's more, and we will continue putting out this webinar, give you the most current one. You know that everything we talk about today and or things I talked about in the past, it is all under YouTube Community CPA site. And this site, you can subscribe to it if you hit the little belt, and it will give you a ding dong sound when we upload things. And you can see I just did one, and last on Tuesday, which is fractional CFO and outsourcing chief financial officers. So, just things are really kind of on top of the business world, things that everybody wants to know. And the Tuesday coming, and I will talk about several virtual currencies. So what if you bought virtual currencies, and what happens when you buy and sell them? So we will cover those things. It is not earth shattering, and you know it, and you don't know it, is not going to impact your life. But those knowledge bites are interesting, because when you have those knowledge bites here and there, suddenly you realize that your knowledge is consistent. You know a lot. People know a lot is not because they read books for 20 years, so they know a lot. It is because they read book for 4 years after the college. Then the rest of the knowledge are sound bites from everywhere. The videos, the words, the PowerPoints, the listen to Chinglish webinars, stuff like that. It is just accumulation of what you would know. And I would really encourage you to use our YouTube channel as your soundbite knowledge. Of course we have the PowerPoint, but I don't hardly use those PowerPoint when I do webinars, and you hear me talking, and you can literally put YouTube on talking mode, and driving the cars and everywhere you go, and just listen to it. And do you believe that I actually listen to my own webinars? Sometimes when I cook, I listen to it. The reason I want to listen to it, because knowledge sometimes skip you. Even though I did a PPP a talk like a year ago, now someone was saying that, well, Ying, I listened to your PPP and I have a question, and what you talk about, I don't know what that is because I don't remember. But if I go back to listen to that again, it's becoming mine again. And my dad always said to me that for anything to become yours, you have to claim it and reclaim it 7 times. I don't know why he say 7, not 9, because I felt like I am a little slower than what he thinks I am. It take me 9 times, but 7 is good. So at least give us excuse for forgot. We forgot and we remember. We forgot again, remember again, and refreshing it again, so we become expert. Of course, all of our webinars is also listed here, and you can pre-register. And coming over here, see what we have. See this one on Tuesday. It says tax implementation for buying and selling separate currencies, cryptocurrencies. So that I got quite a few calls on that. That's why it's becoming a topic, and I hope that helps you. And today's webinar is this. So I hope you already took some screenshot, know what grants to apply. Someone was asking me, oh, Ying, can you apply grants for me? And, I don't know how to do that. And I will tell you that nowadays, it is different than 10 years ago. 10 years ago, the grant write-up is more of I put in the Word document, I write it, I give to you, you submit. But nowadays, a lot of those grant applications are online application. When you apply for it, and the application remembers your IP addresses. So when you type into your email address, you give them the phone number, and you applied. So when they come back to you, they know your IP addresses, they know your email, they know your phone number, they find you. But let's say if I applied for you, so my IP address is not yours, it's Community CPA. And then if I use your email, I use your phone number, then the verification goes to you and you're disconnected. There's just a lot of issues related to that. So I would encourage everyone to do the grants application yourself. That's the number one reason. Number two reason would be that for grants application, every time you get money for free, what comes to you is compliance requirement. If you just got money for $1 million and you didn't apply, do you think you know how to spend it? You may know a little bit, but you don't know it to the bone. You know it on the surface. So those are the things. Sometimes our entrepreneurs are so busy, they spend money hiring people and doing that. The money is here and they don't even have any clue of how to administrate that and then end up paying it back, right? So I say that, getting grants, spending money, getting money is part of the business. And if you felt like you qualify for one of those grants, I would study it myself to the point that I know what it is all about. Then if you want to hire people to write it, you write it, but you're not losing the understanding of it. But if you just want to skip the work, have people to do it, grants is not a good way to do. You can do other people like that. You can do other items in business like that. For example, you don't do collection. So someone just do collection for you. That is okay. But not in terms of writing grants, getting free money, and reporting to the stakeholder and make them happy. That's how you spend your money, their money. So those are different in a different category in terms of how you should administrate that. All right. I will see you again. And I really appreciate your time. And I hope you enjoyed it. And give me a star, a like, or whatever on social media, and make me excited. Thank you.